Hey everybody, and welcome back here to the Riyadh Masters. It is another great day of Dota. I'm happy to be here. My name's Cryptic, and of course, joined by the wonderful Fogged. What is up, man? Another great day lined up. We got some sick series.
Yeah, we got some good ones. Hopefully, let's make sure that they could be a little bit volatile for sure, especially in the first one. I don't know what OG we're gonna get, what EG we're gonna get for sure, but I like your shirt, dude. You look lovely. You look nice and summery today.
Ah, thanks. It's Arizona. It's been, I think we had a low of 91 this week. So,
Jeez.
it's very, very, very nice weather. But I mean, realistically, it's just, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Trying to be in good spirits.
That's good. Yeah, I mean we've had quite a bit of rain actually here in New York. I'm sure you guys need that over there, but everything's been
Yeah, I don't
pretty
know what that
lovely.
is anymore.
Yeah, I bet. No, it's been lovely, and we're blessed with Dota, and we're blessed with a lot of variety. I think we've gotten to see in this tournament. I didn't actually get to check how many heroes total so far. I can check pretty quick, but
It
we've
has
had
been a
quite a
lot.
bit. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
we've gotten
much
to
more than the
see.
last patch.
Yeah, because Bali, I feel like we didn't even get to see some heroes even attempted. Sometimes we did get a couple, but we didn't even get to see like Dawnbreaker and stuff. I think we've already had Dawn pick here, I think yesterday and stuff. So quite a bit more
Mhm.
variety. So it's always cool to see. I mean, we do have a lot of teams, of course, too, which does cause that, but yeah, always cool to see. And some of these unplayed heroes have been banned in some situations too. So yeah, always good to see a tournament that has lots of heroes being played.
I think that's like one of the best things that's been about Dota. I think competitively compared to other games is just like it typically has had a very diverse like pool of heroes, right? That are
Yeah.
usually viable. And I think it like this last patch, it was like the first time in a while where we really felt that just wasn't being the case. Like we're like, yeah, we're really limited to like 15 heroes.
Yeah, that one
Like,
was pretty ridiculous. And then I guess the Lena major and everything too. We did
yeah,
have
of
like
course.
Lena dominant for so long and everything. But yeah, as
Yeah.
we get closer to TI, I always like when I see the big team fight heroes start getting buffed, start getting any type of love. And I think I checked yesterday before we left, but when I saw Earthshaker, I think he was 100% win rate. It was a small sample size, but I love when it's these big team fighting heroes that start like crawling back into meta. Like ET, he's 26 picks, 62% win rate, pretty damn high. So definite excitement setting up for the potential TI of constant team fight heroes. So
Yeah. Dude, I mean, when we saw the Elder Titans start getting picked early on, we're like, okay, maybe is this just like a niche thing? Is this what they like? But not every team is starting to look at ET. It's pretty cool.
yeah, it definitely is. I guess there's like more and more people just experimented with it while during scrim time and everything, and also just the rise of the illusion heroes, the rise of the Enigma, the rise of the Chen, all these summons and everything too. More team fight, ET starts to crawl back in. So yeah, definitely fun to see, and definitely fun to see that OG they love it. I'm a huge ET fan, so always super happy to see a team playing it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what ends up happening in our first series. And for those of you, like we said, maybe tune in a little bit too late here. We got OG versus Evil Geniuses coming up first, and EG has looked pretty dang good so
Yeah,
far in the tournament. They are at 4-2, or 4-2, I believe, right at the top of their group. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 4-2 at the top of their group, kind of tied with Quest Extreme, and then Gaming Gladiators right after them. But dude, you like kind of look through these groups and you're like, okay, all of these teams could be at the top of their group at any day of the week. Oh my
yeah,
goodness, these are stacked.
it is incredibly stacked, and it's Bali. We ended up being like anybody can almost beat anybody to an extent, but
Hmm.
I think we're definitely going to start seeing teams being more powerhouses as this starts to progress more. And AG, this could be a bit of a tough matchup here. I feel like for OG, they're definitely a bit of a wild card. I would say for OG also
Yeah.
too. Definitely a little bit of the underdog coming in versus EG, but depends on which EG shows up. Bali, like we said, he was of course riddled with illness for Matthew, so they looked quite. I mean, honestly, at their worst form, it felt like. But
Yeah, it
looks like
looked
here
really
they're
bad.
looking much better. So
And it's like not to take away from like their abilities, right? Obviously, Matthew being sick is was pretty rough. He's one of like the biggest playmakers on his team. He's one of the biggest shot callers.
yeah,
It's that's a rough situation to be in, but looking good now. Also, I want to take us back a few days to when we were at play-ins, right? OG was probably one of the best play-ins by a landslide. They looked incredible in their series versus Entity. Like that was probably one of the hypest series that we've seen so far. Probably one of the cleanest series we've seen from OG in a while.
yeah. I mean, it's well, who knows? Honestly, I'm still just like I don't know what we're gonna get because I think they took a game if I'm not mistaken from both Extreme and from 9 Pandas. I thought they were going to lose to Extreme because Extreme is just looking up and up and up. But
Yep.
yeah, it's always impressive to see that they're able to do these kind of things. And they even busted out like Meepo. I mean, they're showing a massive hero pool on OG. They tend to, though. I think Yuragi, like, he usually ends up being like 16 different carries or something like that in most of these tournaments. But
Yeah. I mean, should be fun, like to see what they do with here if they want to try and. I mean, I would love to see a Meepo game personally. I have yet to see it on the new, like in its new iteration. I feel like all these Meepo games have somehow avoided us,
yeah,
but
and it's crazy too because I got to play. I've still been spamming pubs. I don't have that much time because we're casting all day, but I've still been
yeah,
playing a lot. And like my stack always ends up playing versus like the Sing Sing stack, and he's even doing like the offlane Meepo, which I'm starting to see across even like a lot of these high tier pubs. It's this offlane Meepo. Ace was doing it in some games too. It is pretty tough to punish. It's really quite silly because you're playing off lane, and then you just send your Meepo through the twin gate, and then you're just like, you gank the safe lane really quick, and then you TP back to your other lane. You can actually do so many different things with this Meepo that I've seen. Yeah, it's pretty sick.
okay.
And it looks kind of broken, actually, in pubs. But
I was like, in pubs, I imagine like a really good Meepo with like good awareness of the side lanes could just kind of own. That is neat. I hadn't really considered the off lane or side lane Meepo, kind of affecting through the twin gates because a lot of times Meepo traditionally was played mid, right?
yeah,
But there was a tiny area where it was like safe lane carry because its item build was super strong. But yeah, I kind of like that. Offlane Meepo could be kind of cool.
this new build has actually just changed Meepo. This Atos build that I feel like seeing everybody go. It's just, you're super tanky. You're a ganker. You're not like waiting for any timing. You get it so fast. You're just like, try Atos. So you're just showing up to fights at like 12 minutes every single time with these 2-3 Meepos. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we get to see some Meepo, but might not happen.
Yeah, may not. We'll keep our fingers crossed. This is one of the teams that does like to take the Invoker occasionally, right? So maybe we'll see the Invoker come back. We only saw Stormer pull that one out earlier, which it didn't look bad, but that game, if I'm not mistaken, it was Puck, right? That just went absolutely ham, maybe. So
yeah, I can't even remember. All I know is it looked okay. I still felt like he was putting the game on hard mode for himself rather than just picking something that's just easier to execute, and rather than playing super risky, having to play a Midas hero that takes time to ramp up, and then there's no big timing. I mean, hopefully we'll get to see some Invoker love in the next patch or something like that to increase something. But
yeah, it'd be fun. There's a lot of heroes that I've got like these glimmers of hope for that come post. What is it? The August patch they said that we have, or I think that's what it was,
sometime
right? We
around
have
then,
like
yeah.
the big TI patch coming somewhere in August. So probably here after Riyadh is we'll have so a big shakeup, good balancing, the 7.34. I'm just hoping that we bring Ricky back in some fashion, not for any personal reasons or anything, but it'd be nice to see.
Is that because your name, or just because you like
Maybe,
really?
yeah, just a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where is your name
But
from, by the way? Actually, I don't think I've ever asked you that.
so this was like back in high school. I started getting into like kind of computer science, and I eventually learned about Alan Turing and then cryptography. And so I essentially was like, okay, like this is kind of cool stuff. And so cryptic is essentially an anagram. So it's my entire first name and my last initial, but
Oh.
mixed up in like a way that spells cryptic.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's actually pretty sweet. Cool.
So it's it was like kind of clever me in high school, and then I just decided never to change it because it'd be too difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear that. I'm not even gonna share my email name because it's something super complicated and stupid because I thought I was clever when I was in high school, and now I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just look at it and I cringe every time I send it as my business email, but it's been too long. All right, let's see what we get here. So I think this is gonna happen a lot more, especially if you're playing versus OG, taking out the Enigma, the IO as well. Those are always gonna be nice bans. EG, I feel like this is one of the few teams. It's this and Quest when they have a Mar. Timber, even though he's kind of nerfed, I think you probably first two ban it. You're playing versus Whisper God. We'll see at the end dying taken out. So Snap's in the pool. Brood's in the pool. What priorities do we get?
Dude, I feel like Whisper's Timber is just still a legendary. Like, it's so ridiculous how good he is on this hero.
His bat and his Timber are too good, honestly. He makes magic happen. And ooh, okay.
First Ench. That's cool.
That is.
It's got to be Panda's hero. It doesn't seem like It's not, to me, it doesn't scream a Matthew hero. Like,
No.
Matthew a lot of times likes to play kind of these go-in
Is this like
start the
because
fight heroes.
they expect the ET coming, so they want like this dispel in lane plus just a way to like take creeps and bully him with the creeps?
Ooh,
I don't
like
know
that.
though.
That could
'Cause,
be
like,
cool.
It can be a bit both ways. I mean, I think OG's just gonna take the ET probably plus Darkseer, but
I was gonna say it blocks a little bit of the off lane pool as well, like
True.
typically Beastmaster stuff like that. But he just goes Axis build. How do you feel about picking the Darkseer into the Ench though?
Not a fan.
Because yeah, I was like, can't you could just enchant the Ion Shell or the Surge? So
Yeah.
this is you still have kill threat out of the Darkseer.
Ench is usually the counter pick for the Darkseer, so they must have
Yeah.
had. Okay, so they're going for a duo. That's what. Okay, so they're looking
Yeah.
to just play it with these two to look to kill the Ench, but okay, I mean you're kind of picking it into a slight counter. Besides just the Ion Shell purge and the Surge purge, I talked about the other day, the wall, stealing the wall illusion potentially, and also now it's like you see the Darkseer, so you get to prep your lane for it. So EG, it's like you want, you avoid these, your TBEs, your morphs, and stuff like that. You don't want to favor them as highly. You could just rush that Bloodseeker if you want. They don't like it that much, though, from what I've seen recently. Or, I mean, I say recently, but in like the last month or so. Unless I'm mistaken them. I don't think so. I just don't remember seeing them play it at all.
I'm trying to think, like,
Evil geniuses.
do you just go and pick the carry? Yeah,
They actually
okay.
do the morph. Okay, I mean, because so the one thing is, it's like, yeah, you see clock, so you can be a bit elusive, but now you actually give him a wall target the whole game. It's a bit interesting.
I'm curious what the Morphling build is nowadays as well. Like, you probably don't go Aghanims on this hero in most games, I'd imagine. But maybe it's still worth it. I don't know.
That's really interesting, though, to see this. So I will have to see what effect this has, because I mean, you'll be able to do good, like the farming in the lane and stuff like that. You can keep distance, but it's about the mid game, end game, when the Darkseer just starts walling you every fight, potentially going for an Aghanims also too. I mean, we saw what Zai did to Tomato the other day, right? Like Tomato was actually like, I think he was like 9-1 in the game or something, and then 3 consecutive back-to-back fights. Zai actually pretty much solo killed him when he got Aghanims Darkseer. So we'll have to see what effect that has in the later stages of the game besides early game.
It's like there's a lot of options that you could have picked for into this Darkseer clock lane, and so it's
I'm not sure.
a little bit interesting. Like Bloodseeker has been one of the big ones into the Darkseer. Maybe it's a little bit too difficult into the clock. I'm not 100% sure there, but
maybe they just don't
he
like the
should.
hero.
Yeah.
I look and I'm like, they haven't played Bloodseeker in. Good lord, I don't even know. I have to keep scrolling. I'm like, just looking at like the last like more than a month of their gameplay, more than that even.
Yeah, it's so weird too because I know Pakaz played it for a while.
Yeah, he played it
and didn't really touch it like around Bali.
Dream League Season 20, his last game he played it looks like, versus BB, and they lost.
Yeah.
He won the game before that with it, but then he lost it. Then, as far as I can see, he hasn't really touched it. Which I might not have one like recorded here too, but yeah, still definitely interesting to see. I guess they're gonna look to ban out some of these counters though, so they take out the Naga Siren.
You gotta get rid of the anti-mage still, right? Like it's one of those hero matchups that is pretty rough for the Morphling.
I would imagine so. I'm just definitely still like a bit curious to see why they wanted it. I guess it is Pakaz Morph, which is, yeah, I mean he is amazing.
Yeah.
They do have the Enchantress to steal the illusion, so like maybe that's the other thing too, right?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Do they ban
It's
the
not-
AM?
it's-
Let's see.
Yeah, it's like they're really taking their time on the last ban here. They will get rid of the Primal Beast, actually. Okay, when you consider Darkseer, Primal Beast is a pretty scary hero that can still be on the map if you don't have a way of addressing it. And they've already taken the Clockwork, which is one of the better ones.
Yeah, I guess because they also like it does own Enchantress, but Morph, it can be a bit of both ways because you can actually turn into this and trample waveform and do tons of damage and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of players do it. But
Ton of mobility too between Waveform and Onslaught.
Yeah.
Like, you're all over the place.
that must be protecting something else that they want then.
But we'll see. I mean, a lot of attention on the Snapfire, which isn't that surprising. I kind of expected this to be, honestly, a first pick for EG, considering that they play this mid. They've been playing it mid for a very long time, and it's also something that they have flexed offlane to Whisper in a lot of scenarios if they need to. but
OG's turn to
does end up getting banned. We'll see the Broodmother get removed as well now.
It's just
That
very
would've
different to how I've seen them
yeah.
draft throughout this tournament so far. Like the Ents usually prioritized a little bit more about their killing combo and stuff like that. This is like I guess they've really wanted. They have a different approach versus OG about looking to play like
10
this.
seconds remaining.
I don't know, securing their safe lane in some type of change. I don't know. And they did do this the other day. They did this versus gaming. Yesterday they picked the morph into the dark seer and they ended up winning. So, and that was actually that was without an enchantress to steal illusions and stuff like that too. So they're just very confident. So okay, fine with that.
I like it.
But Gaz is a beast.
Dude, he really is. I remember like the first time like I was kind of just like blown away by him was this like he sold I think an item, bought a refresher on Slark and 1v5'd an enemy team on high ground defense, and I was like, oh, okay.
He's just one of these clutch players, and he's so young. He's got so much
Yeah.
growth. He's like what 17 or something or 18. Like
Yeah, he's incredibly good.
Yeah.
Remaining.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just like we'll get the coddle again. I mean, we did see that was Seb. Yesterday, the day before, he owned on it super hard. Got like a super early vessel, so maybe he's thinking about something similar, more magic damage burst. Solar Bind makes a lot of heroes more killable than usual. Like even like a morph, extra burst damage for him can be pretty nice. And they're probably thinking of some type of pairing.
Evilgeniuses turn to
Maybe they do just go for something like that Ember route and Underlord.
This is another EG classic, right? They actually play around the Underlord Fiend Gate really well.
And they flex it.
Yeah, and they do flex it because Sea Smile does take it mid occasionally.
Yeah, so if they see like a good matchup, perhaps maybe this is a preemptive kind of pick. If they do think like an OG's going for maybe like a Coddle Ember strat or something like that, and they're just gonna put this under and park him. Hey, that matchup can be a bit weird, of course, but you will have like the catch for him throughout most of the game. And now they're picking even
Now
a
you have it,
secondary catch too. So I think they're preemptively prepping for like the Coddle combo.
Man, that's a really cool Lion pick.
This hero's hype, and he's good versus Darkseer too. So more answers to the illusion in a way, right? If the wall comes out and he has shard, so they will have two different ways of being able to stop that morph illusion from being created.
remaining.
Okay. Matthew's very aggressive on this hero too. Can suffer. That's the one problem about the clock versus the Lion versus the Clockwork. You can run into some issues where if he just finds you all the time, you know, you're just free food until you do get some type of itemization. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Seeing more Drow.
It makes sense, right? One of the better Morphling counters in the game. It's also kind of
Remaining.
on the tier. Like that last Brood ban, yes, the hero is really strong, but it's like Drow needs to be able to just sustain lane. Can't deal with it. The Legion command. This makes a pretty good matchup.
Yeah. Wait, but Kaz is 21. What the hell? I thought he was so much younger. Whatever. Maybe I'm just a boomer. You know, he feels 17 to me because I'm 12 years older than him. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So we'll see how the lanes ends up going too, because this Drow versus Underlord. I've seen this one quite a lot. If you do get like an early advantage versus the Underlord, you can actually really pressure him. But if Underlord gets like some type of advantage himself versus the Drow, and he itemizes this Crimson and stuff and like Vanguard, it does cause a lot of issues for Drow.
10 seconds.
Yeah, she really. The thing is we've been seeing these Drows like kind of rely on getting that Yaganum Scepter to do damage, and it hasn't really paid off in some of the games. Like, it just feels super slow.
Yeah, at least especially Ramses. I mean, he made so many mess ups in that game. He bought the wrong
getting
component,
solo killed twice.
Getting solo killed twice. This was a bit of a blunder, of course. So
5 seconds remaining.
In a vacuum, though, you know, Drow Ag should be pretty good this game, right? You're up
Absolutely.
against a Morphling, you have Enchantress.
absolutely. There's situations though. This is where I feel like Morph can maybe go the Aghanims route if he wants to. Then you just turn into a
True.
Drow. Drow without.
Dude, yeah, and then he
Edgy's
just has his-
very sad, and then you have the hypothermia as well. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, then you just have hypothermia. You're just Drow. Okay, this whole like Morphling just being better versions of other carries is kind of getting old. But in this instance, the fact that he gets hypothermia is pretty nuts.
Yeah. I mean, Manta's obviously needed this game on the Morph burst, but
Oh yeah, I
What
like
are
the
their
Lycan
lanes?
ban.
Yeah, it's definitely. Drow hates Drow. They can't like flavors there, and they do know that EG flexes the Underlord, so this is good awareness. They banned the Brood and that, so they have no answers for summons right now. Clockwork, Coddle, Drow. These heroes don't do anything to it early by any
Are you
means.
required to ban the Beastmaster then, even though it's a good lane for the Drow?
Potentially.
Evil geniuses turn
Okay,
Okay,
that
Mars,
makes
that's
sense.
the
Too.
classic
I'm fine
Drow.
with that. Yeah, that's cool. That's a whisper. That's a whisper classic. And a Drow anti. Oh geez, I don't know how they're gonna set the lanes right now. Is this gonna be a Coddle Darkseer lane? Because Coddle Drow sounds pretty horrible. They have to have Drow with Clockwork to be able to protect and secure this lane.
You're
Otherwise,
right.
it's strange. So that's the one. That's my concern right now for OG. Unless this is like some mid Coddle that they're
5
flexing
seconds
somehow.
remaining.
I mean, maybe. What if it? I can't imagine it's anyone but Seb playing the Coddle.
OGs turn
But
to
you're right. I mean, they could flex it.
Oh, they're doing their Brew versus Drow. This is a classic
Whoa.
here for EG. Whisper actually
That's
really likes
so good.
this. You can run into some issues versus the Clock and the Drow, but now you can actually, you switch into Void Stance, and the
Yeah.
status resist actually allows you to use your split during Battery Assault.
10 seconds remaining.
So, because in the, normally you can't actually split during Battery Assault, but
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
But
I-
it somehow like removes the stun duration fast enough.
just a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure. So, OG, that causes some issues. They're they're kind of lacking on the team fight department. And this is another illusion clear. So they have Ench,
Yeah.
Lion, Brew to clear the wall.
And it's really easy for him to have the illusion clear because you usually go the Aghanim Scepter on Brewmaster a lot
Yeah.
of time now. So you're always going to have that spirit kind of running around. And it's usually going to be the wind spirit, right? Because of the Ghost Walk plus the Cyclone. It's just really easy to disrupt and find catch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like what EG's got right now. OG's just, I'm a little weirded out just because how they're going to set up the lanes. Unless they pick a secondary melee support, and then they run Clock Darkseer plus melee support and a Coddle mid, but they'll pick the SF to hard counter because they know this is the Underlord in the mid then. So they're looking to just crush that lane. And okay, let's see how the other lanes go.
I don't
a miserable
hate
lane.
the SF, but
It's a miserable lane for Underlord. Like, miserable.
yeah, it is. It is really rough. I was gonna say I don't hate the SF pick, but I feel like it's gonna struggle to some of the same things that the Drow does. But
yeah.
I guess when you look at it this way, Morphling can only cripple one ranged carry. So
Hey, this is a this is a BZM though. This is him saying, "Pick me this. I got this game." I've seen him pop off on this before on the SF. I don't have the most faith in it, but if he's able to just really destroy C Smile
10 seconds remaining.
and he just kind of snowballs that lane, that lane it's going to be super hard. So
5
I like
seconds
EGs, but
remaining.
I can never really count out BZM sometimes on these X Factor heroes.
yeah. Well, should be a fun series. Should be a fun first game. We're seeing some classic EG heroes here, and some classic OG heroes. Seb back on his Coddle, Uragi's Drow, and like you said, BZM on his Shadow Fiend. Should be pretty exciting. I am very curious to see how much of an effect this Brewmaster is going to have because his lane's not going to be super easy up into the Drow. But if he gets, his Ags timing, if he's able to find a little space, could be solid to help kind of secure some team fight wins for EG, I think. Because I think their team fight is a little bit stronger.
Yeah, it's just I'm looking a lot at these lanes. I'm just curious to see if they are going to put Taiga in safe lane and Seb with the Darkseer. I imagine that's what they're going to do just to be sure to secure Uragi's lane. Because that just feels better. Even though you want to have the Darkseer with the Clockwork, perhaps, but we'll have to see how this ends up going.
I think they just pick this Darkseer into Enchantress and they see the Morph and they're like, yeah, we have no kill threat into these heroes. So maybe I think you're right, might just put Seb up there and just give him the mana battery for DM.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. They're just going to play some like farmy rather than pressury lane overall. Okay, I mean, I think we're in for a pretty treat. I mean, BZM on one of his super flashy heroes. I've actually been watching a ton of pubs in between the games, between all of our games too. And I've been watching him just play like all these unorthodox mids, like Mirana and stuff like that a lot. So always fun to watch.
Yeah, I just love Shadowfiend. He's one of my all-time favorite heroes. He's just so cool, so fun, and yeah, BZM, an absolute specialist. So we're gonna jump into this one. It is game one of the evening, everyone. It is EG versus OG. Gonna be a very, I would say, exciting series overall. Both these teams looking pretty dang good right now.
Yeah, we'll have to see so much how these team fights go down, how the lanes go down, and this could be a very exciting one. Let's see if it is going to end up being that. And I am actually stuck. Oh, man, my camera did that thing where I'm stuck on one player. So I am going to just be clicking. I am going to be on Matthew with my camera, at least, and watching our observer.
If you restart, it should fix.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try.
Yeah, I think that bug is still there for, like, if you spectate a friend's game or something and then go into a lobby, it locks your camera. It's very weird.
So weird because I just opened Dota. I mean, it happened. Whatever. It's a
Oh, what
feature.
the heck.
It's a feature.
It's still beta. If I look at my Steam folder.
Let's see if we get any funky little wordplay. Entry thing under tower to try to prevent creep waves and stuff like that. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case for these two teams. Or just standard Dota.
I'm really curious if we're ever going to see that attempt again, because that was so bizarre.
Yeah, but I mean, apparently, yeah, it's like that YouTube clip a bunch of people have been doing and stuff, so. It's just funny how they both really were so aware of it, right? Like, they were so positioned for it. Okay, so we'll see Panda.
He sees the ward.
Yeah, wait, what?
Panda?
Oh, now he sees it. He was very tunnel visioned.
See you later, nerds.
Oh, okay. Well, that's... Okay, well, that happened. Now he's gonna attention it.
What is this? Oh, man. Unfortunate for Panda there. Has to spend some extra money.
He gets the XP. It's always worth it. You may only get one extra gold bounty because it was two centuries, so 100 gold spent for 101. But look at that XP.
Yeah, that's true. It is a quarter of a level.
Yeah.
That is a big deal. Top lane, Matthew just getting ran at by the Clockwork Yuragi with those frost arrows, trying to slow him down, but Whisper with the body blocks. But there it is, the blood grenade. He's healing through it.
He's okay.
Okay. Pango comes out victorious against Blood Grenade. Now we know.
Yep. Very nicely done. I'm so glad they did this lane setup. Whisper, he might be going... No, he's okay. Good stun.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I thought Matthew was going to hit the courier.
Okay, I'm really happy to see that they did this lane setup. It was kind of expected because they, you need to have this body, especially when you're playing versus the Brew, so happy to see that OG did this setup. And mid, they're going to destroy. I think mid is one that we don't really even need to look at too much, because just, unless we want to see some kills maybe, because we could definitely see Smile die versus BZM. BZM should have a fantastic matchup.
Wow, he actually just has his bottle right now. Unfortunately for him, his Ray stacks expire, and he won't be able to get the mid-range raise there. So good awareness by C-Smile, but yeah, if that bottle was delivered just 1 second earlier, C-Smile dies there.
Yeah. He might not be able to get either of the runes though. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna look at mid. It's just that's one that's just it's at an absolute wash. There's no way that he can actually do good in that matchup as the Underlord, unless there's just a huge mistake for BZM. And looking at the other lanes already too, Seb is just playing to farm it up. He just keeps throwing the mana onto DM. DM gets purged and stuff like that, but he's got mana to work with. So these lane setups are actually quite nice for OG.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm definitely like really okay with them like picking this Darkseer into Eng and like obviously the Morphling to follow if this is just how they decide to play it. Right? It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to
trying to play like this aggressive lane.
Yeah, we'll have to see the repercussions in the mid game, right, of what happens. But if they're gonna play it just to farm up rather than to go for full pressure, I'm cool with it. I mean, Seb gets super farmed on his Coddle. Yeah,
which he definitely likes to do. We'll probably won't see him like diving mid tier 1s again at like 10 minutes, but maybe if he has a really good start, we'll see. CS starting to even out a little bit, but the Brewmaster is just getting crushed right now.
Yeah, the Brews start. I mean, Taiga playing the lane beautifully with Yuragi. Might be able to find Matthew.
He's gonna have to go north, so yeah.
I'm impressed that Chris is actually holding like this. I mean, there's a humongous creep wave under BZM right now, so he is going to be getting much more here, but he got like 2 range creep denies, which I didn't think that he would.
Walks over and takes the bounty rune away. He's got nothing better to do with his time right now. He can't go anywhere near that tower.
No. He actually loses potentially the entire wave. Yeah, he's going to lose a whole wave almost here for the BZM. 1 range creep. Yeah, fantastic start here for OG.
Ooh, a little bit of a pause here. I agree, C-Smile.
It's so interesting how they do this, I feel like, quite a bit, like especially Whisper, where they pick the Brewmaster into the Drow lane, and then they end up really suffering, but the mid-game is what they try to play to catch up for it, so, I mean, it's a choice that they make, but this is quite a deficit, so 2 lanes that are pretty OG favored. One, of course, that EG is doing decent in. I Whisper.
Does Taiga get in range? I mean, he has to throw a blood grenade on Matthew just to make sure this Clockwork can't stay on top of him. So many resources being expended in this top lane.
I mean, Taiga's like bodying both heroes almost.
Yeah.
And he's got triple Mango, Clarity, Blood Grenade, so he's going to keep looking to pressure, keep getting Yuragi this space to farm. And I think
That's
Yuragi,
huge.
he's got Falcon Blade already done.
Early Falcon Blade is so sick. 10 stick charges as well. He's not gonna... He hasn't been pressured even the slightest amount in this lane. He has nothing to worry about.
No, now it's like very difficult for you two at all. He hits really hard and he's super survivable. He always has mana to spam too.
Nice.
And he's holding, did I see he's holding skill point? I think he is, right? Yeah.
This is such a
Yuragi's-
sick play from Taiga. Just forcing this creep wave into the tower. Like,
Yep.
they really wanted to hold it, and he's just like, nope, this is going into the tower.
Yep, he's like, I am not giving you lane positioning to try to go for mine. He's even body blocking the wave, look at him. So he's really trying to make sure that Yuragi's as far away from that tier 1 as possible. Yeah, Taiga, I mean, he's playing this top lane pretty much perfect so far.
What do you think about Whisper going for this early urn? Like,
Yeah, they always do.
okay.
Yeah, I think you have to on Brewmaster.
Just because it's Cinder Brew?
Yeah, just for yourself. Ignite. It also gives you kind of everything you want on the hero. You get some armor, some mana regen. Armor plus armor always for Drow is nice.
It's true.
I'm always fine with the urn. The vessel sometimes I'm like, committing for the vessel sometimes can grief yourself, but maybe he's feeling like, you know, anti-heal can be an okay versus Darkseer Coddle. Matthew playing pretty far aggressive here. And BZM actually just got the raise on him.
We'll be all right. We're seeing a lot of rotations mid lane here for the 6-minute rune. Seb showing up now as well as Panda. So, the cogs out from Taiga, but it is going to be able to trap them away from top. And the rune, it's an arcane,
Taiga
and
gets it.
no one clicked it. So, yeah, it goes to the hands of Taiga, instantly dispelled. But, oh, that is so rough. And EZM will secure his bounty rune as well. They lost the bottom one, so there's no bottle refills here for C-Smile.
Everything going OG's way right now. Even DM, I believe he has his Vanguard already done. He's been uncontested bottom whatsoever. Now he can just cut as well. And he is very difficult to bring down with their heroes with the Vanguard this early. As soon as it gets delivered, there we go.
They're waiting for the Surge to kind of go for that enchant maybe, but it doesn't matter. He's just too tanky with the Vanguard now.
Yep.
I don't think you're going to have to do anything on DM now to just be able to sustain the lane.
Yeah, they're at the least trying to poke him to keep him a bit low so they can potentially go for a kill if he does stay that low, but this is a dream start really for OG. Kind of all 3 lanes. I mean, you could even kind of say that bottom, like not won, but you could kind of say that they win in a way, because even though the Morph is farming, DM isn't slowed down whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like a 2.5 lane win,
Absolutely.
I'll call that, kind of in a way.
I mean, look at Coddle's CS like on top of the lane,
Yeah.
right? Like, you have a ton that you've gotten out of this.
Yeah, and he's got so many stacks prepped too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's got at least 2 or 3 or 4 even. And yeah,
Triple
BZM.
stack on both hard camp and
Yep.
ancient.
And he can just feed BZM the mana too, and he can sap some of this XP. He's going to be super high level, super high farm. 2K lead just off these first 7 minutes. They play these lanes beautifully.
Whisper might be in some trouble here. Great cogs. Whisper needs to get outside of these, but he's taking a lot of damage.
6 already on the Drow.
Nice Hex. Dude, yeah, I didn't even realize that was a marksmanship proc, and Whisper will fall. Finally, a first blood coming through, and it goes the way of Taiga's Clockwork. Well deserved after how he's played this lane.
And Panda.
Panda with a wraparound here. Going to see if they can maybe bring down the clock. But Matthew just getting ran at by Yuragi now. He's out of mana, out of resources. Yuragi just walks him down.
Hey,
2
Panda.
kills now in the top lane, and Panda in trouble as well. 4 points in these frost arrows. Double kill for the Drow. Treads Falcon Blade. That is it. And he is super fat now.
He is enormous, and they get a kill also on mid. This is devastating for EG. I mean, these lanes are just going far too well. Double Falcon Blades. The 2 squishy, agi kind of heroes, no longer squishy any means. This you couldn't ask. There's no way you could ask for anything there. A 4K lead already. Continuously now throwing rockets onto Pikaz. They want to try to catch this Morphling too. BZM's making the move.
There is not an easy game for Morph at this point. Because like
No.
previously it was like even if you were under farm, oh, he got the silence, but the second raise misses. The third one will connect because of the waveform out, trying to TP. The Requiem, not in time. So close.
Unbelievably close. I think if that other raise hits, then they probably do get the kill.
Oh yeah, I would agree with you for sure.
Yeah, that was... I mean, very, very nice rotation there from Yuragi to get the attempt. Either way, they bully Pikaz out. And he doesn't even want to, like, fully heal in base. Like, you see he comes out low HP because he's got the Morbid Mask and he's a Morph, so trying to get his farm back going. Panda, not going to get away. This is quite a showing here from OG. They came to play this morning. Seb, Ern's done, level 6 already, too. They've got some extreme momentum coming off of these first 9 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, you know, I was kind of joking when he said we're gonna like he might be diving tier 1s again at 10 minutes, but you know, he can do it.
I cannot believe he's the same level as Whisper.
Yeah.
I mean, the stack gaming, how much the experience they give, it's so important nowadays.
Especially if you're like in the area when they're taken, right? Because then you double dip, because you get the 30% no matter what, and then you're splitting the rest.
And he's higher level than Whisper. Like, having level 6 on Kato early is pretty damn impactful. This, like, honestly, Solar Bind, it's the same now at level 1 as it was at max. That's the crazy thing about it. So when you just get that unlocked, it gives you so much kill potential, especially with a magic hero like BZM, who's going to be mixed damage. We see he's going down the hybrid build since he has a Drow on his team. He's going for right-click build, but either way, those raises, it's always going to be amazing. He's gonna have his vessel so early on this Coddle.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. It's like Coddle, he's not that much behind Whisper in terms of net worth. Whisper didn't buy boots, right? And they're gonna have a you know, a little bit of advantage getting to the vessel now, and it is being delivered on the courier. But you need like another hero, I think, at the moment to guarantee these kills.
Yep. I mean, the Brew, the scary thing about Brew when you do get under-leveled versus these Drows and versus SFs and stuff is your Brewlings are not safe in the fights. They're fairly squishy. They've gotten buffed over time, of course, but the level 1 split, it can die if you start to fall too behind too early. And he is kind of their only team fight, I would say, on the side of EG Whisper right now, since Chris is having such a tough game. But this haste...
Yeah, smoke up here. They're going to go for the wraparound. Nice hookshot in from Taiga. And there it is, the Void swap into that Primal split. You talked about it. It's a very good way of dealing with the clockwork. And Yuragi's in pretty deep here still, but here comes BZM. There's going to be a lot more damage now to worry about. Taiga, they're trying to finish him off. They get the cog. What a beautiful grab. You get the Bruce dead. He grabs him on the last raise, takes all 3 of them with him, and see Smile now on the run. Taiga ends up dying to the finger of death, but a huge win from OG. They don't lose the Drow. They clean up 3 heroes.
They lose their 5 clock, and they get 3 massive kills, and it's big ults committed from EG. Well, for OG, they don't have to commit much. They don't really have those big ults. They have Requiem, which wasn't used. They have a hook shot. That's really the only big thing that was used there. AG, they're getting clapped right now. And the Brew, right there, we see the level 1 split. It can just die if you do fall behind versus Drow, versus this SF.
Man, that was wild. Bottom lane, Pikaz, he contested for this Lotus, and he is just dealing with a 1v3. Gonna try and waveform away for the moment. A wall gets dropped. He's got Magic Wand. He's got a greater Lotus. His team is kind of running down here as fast as possible. You have no Fiend's Gate. Stick comes out, waveform in a couple of seconds, pops the Lotus, trying to waveform back up to the top side, and he has made it to his team because safety has now been secured.
Here comes
if
Yuragi.
he can get away, but there it is. BZM with a raise, finds him anyway. DM's here with the help of Yuragi. They've taken down the Lion. They're looking for more. Yuragi will just TP out as there's no way to cancel it. You've now lost C-Smile. Flood Grenade comes out. It might be a full team wipe, and it's looking like it is Whispers trying to find something, but it's not going to be enough.
All right, he'll burn him out.
Oh my god.
He'll burn him out, but damage is done. This is EG looking for a fight. No cooldowns available. Running into OG. BZM just gets the flank. Yuragi too. This is brutal. The flex of the Underlord is most definitely not working at all this game. They have actually shot themselves in the foot, it feels like, with the way that OG set up their lanes, and Panda just TPs into his death.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Damn.
He gets the ward down, though, Kobe.
Probably spotted and gonna get D-ward right away.
I don't know what you're talking about. No way.
Seb already has his vessel done. There's no Manta even on the horizon for this Morphling. He's so far away. Matthew dead too. BZM.
They will find DM here.
Okay.
So this is a well, will they? He gets a nice vacuum. Okay, yeah, they do get him. This is at least something. It does, you know, cost you your primal split, but I think it is definitely worth it for Whisper. He needs anything he can find right now.
It's literally, yeah, anything they can get. They have to try to get some type of kills to crawl back in this game because it really is a bit of a beatdown right now. Mid tower. Skid will survive Taiga. Maybe the sacrifice here.
Yeah, it's like he is in a real deep. The enchant doing, I mean, this solar, the spirit vessel, 4-point cinder brew. It is a timing for sure on Brewmaster. You have to respect.
Yeah. And Pooh gets the last hit. They give it to Pakaz. Very important. He needs his Manta ASAP. Like, he's actually so easily killable right now since Seb has Spirit Vessel too at this point. Same thing with the Drow. Does look to show up. And Yuragi's been enabled so much this game. He's having such a flawless game. This Axe is going to come so fast. And he actually pretty much has it done once he has the point booster if he wants to do the disassemble stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's see if he doesn't mess up the disassemble. I imagine he's, you know, planning to disassemble the Dragon Lines for this.
I mean, if
he
he
hasn't bought the blade yet.
Yeah, even if he has to. Like, he could even just wait and just all and buy it afterwards. But.
Yeah, I mean, two really heavy right-click damage cores here in the form of the Shadow Fiend and the Drow this game.
Yeah, and I like that one of them went for the Hurricane Pike and the other is going for the counter versus the Morphling. So BZM goes Pike. Now they have ways to kind of bail each other out if someone gets focus fired from like the Lion and the Brew. So really, really cool stuff. Great itemization across the board from OG. And for EG, right now they just need some time because fighting into this OG draft, if you don't have the numbers, you're just going to get destroyed. So OG sticking together. Not giving any chance of any Fiend Gate kind of usage for the numbers.
They place another ward. They have 2 wards here in this bottom area. See Smile will scout the ward right now, but the hook shot comes through from Taiga with the help from Seth. The Spirit Vessel is out. He's trying to get away from these cogs, but my goodness, that damage.
That's the supports.
Just the supports.
Solar Bind, Blast, Battery Assault, see you later. I don't even think he had Solar Bind, maybe. I didn't see if he did, but
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. That was just a ton of magic damage. Yeah, so Yuragi did disassemble into the Aghanim Scepter, so Hypothermia is available for him. It's going to be a lot easier for him to farm. It's one of the reasons that we see this, you know, picked up pretty early on Drow Rangers. But also really good counter to, I mean, honestly, most of EG's lineup.
Yeah, all 3 cores, honestly. Even the Ench actually did go for the Nature's Attendant build, so it even is relevant versus her. It's so early. He's level 12 now, too, so level 2 marksmanship. I think it's just time to Rosh. I don't see how EG can contest a Rosh if OG just looks to force it. They have the sustain that comes from the Coddle, the pipe that comes from the Darkseer. Nearly has his mech, too.
And BZM should be able to just freely stack up all the raises here on Roach as well, which will just help make it that much faster.
Pakaz at the least has Manta, so one small positive thing for EG.
Yeah,
that's
there
just
it is.
about that.
Roshan goes down. Aegis will go into the hands of BZM's Shadow Fiend, which is, I think, a little bit surprising, just because he's the one with the Hurricane Pike. But
maybe Yuragi's just feeling like he's gonna be fine.
Just farming, probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Maybe BZM's like, I'm level 14, I'm the one with this 6 kill streak. I mean, you have a 4 kill streak, but let's protect the 6. He's almost 15 too, so they almost have another big timing on OG also. So presence affects the buildings. That's going to enable them to even potentially start knocking on high ground really early.
Man, it feels so bad as Morph where he has this Manta style done and he has to instantly queue up a BKB as well.
Yeah.
Like he has to play so defensive, and it's going to limit the amount of damage he can do in these fights. And you do have damage issues on the side of EG.
You have a lot of, you just have like issues across the board from how disastrous the lanes went. Top tower is dropping. They'll use the glyph. That was their, isn't that their tier 3 glyph? think it might
That
have
was
been.
their tier 3 glyph. They've already lost the bottom tier
Yeah,
2.
so that's their tier 3 glyph. So OG, if they want, they can look to maybe get a gank, go for a tier 2 push, and potentially go for some high ground push soon.
This is a sick smoke. If they find something, they can definitely attempt the high ground. And
Matthews-
Seb will scout C Smile.
Matthew was scouting because he saw where the rocket came from. He started pinging right away. Except catch.
Ooh. And he gets the solar bind, and it's in so much trouble. Matthew's going to put his life in danger here. And they're getting a tumbler throw into the low ground. Okay, that's kind of nice, but the solar bind connects. And here comes BZM. Matthew, not going to be able to get out of this one.
Seb claims it. A hook shot.
Ooh,
a bit,
hook
that's
shot
deep.
mid. All right, nice force staff there from Panda.
Nice tumblers. Jump away.
Turret has been killed.
Must have not seen the force yet. Probably thought that Yoragi could just get the kill, but
Radiant's middle tower.
C-Smile has had a kind of like negative of a game, it feels like, on the Underlord with this position that he was put in versus an SF. Oh, bottom.
Yeah. Yep, bottom indeed. Looking to go on to Whisper. He will go ahead and ghost walk away the Storm Spirit, and he does have the Shard, so
Yep.
it's, you know, gonna have no problem at all. Just split canceling on the other side of the map. They're like all sitting here around the Earth
They don't
one,
know.
and they're like, oh, never mind.
I mean, it is rare to see someone buy it, I guess, like when he's having like this tough a game. So that's kind of cool. Good play there. How much longer does it add as well, too? I always forget the extra duration.
I don't remember the extra duration amount.
I don't
but
either.
It's a pretty. I imagine
It's quite a
it's
bit of time.
Like, at least like 4 to 6 seconds, I would guess, maybe more.
I'm drawing a bit of a blank. Whatever. Push is coming. I mean, they know they used their glyph. That's why they went to the bottom side. They don't have the presence effect buildings just yet, but this tower's dropping, and there's no glyph.
Yeah, they've got to find something here. The first Cinder Brew is out, the Spirit Vessel as well, just to burn through the pipe. They actually forced staff Yorga into the high ground with a hook shot as a response from Taiga, doing some great work. The vacuum back, the Underlord just evaporated.
Whisper
Now
too.
they're looking for more. Nice push forward into the cogs. They've trapped Whisper. Pakaz on the backside. He almost finishes off Yoragi. They get a great Requiem. The fear is there. They do get the Drowse. Pakaz will die in the process. BZM with a triple kill. DM grabbing his second. That is going to be 5 deaths, at least 2 buybacks from EG. Pakaz trying to hold the high ground here with C Smile. You still have an Aegis.
You got Yoragi, but you had to commit a hell of a lot for it. BZM he's like, okay, I'm the true carry. 15's hit, presence affects buildings. Rax goes down.
Yeah, they actually just can't play into the Shadow Feed at all. DM with the pipe back up off cooldown. Taiga, of course, at any moment on this clockwork has just done amazing work.
Yeah. Look at them, all full HP. The sustain that comes from Coddle Darks, you're grouped up. Yoragi does die. Got an aggressive force staff, I believe, from Panda, I think it was, to start things off to push him in. I don't know. They do at least get that kill, but it cost them 2 full buybacks, and they still lose the buildings. All the growth there of Pakaz is just... I mean, he barely had any growth at all. Any type of item that he was looking for next is just gone.
So do you think this is partly the effect of like the Morphling pick early, or is this just the other, like, more of like a execution problem with the lanes?
I think they got a little too cute with this Underlord flex, picking in this brew, and then they got SF'd, and then they just got smashed both lanes. The bottom lane looked kind of okay, right? They did get this trade farm, but your Underlord has literally 0 game. Your Brewmaster pretty much had no game also, so... I mean, BZM and Taiga kind of just smashed this game so hard in the first 8 minutes that it's caused so many issues for EG that, yeah, there is not really a mid-game for them right now.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to figure out what this Underlord contributes to the game at the moment, right? Like, he's a Pim Alice and Firestorm, right? Like,
I think he was really expecting, because they saw the Coddle, one of these spirits, so they're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna have it plus Atos and blah blah blah, and then he's versus an SF, so his itemization, it also just looks wonky. Like, what does an Atos do this game? He's not looking to catch these elusive frontline heroes, he's looking to get to the backline. Underlord's itemization is just hard versus that. It's like he might have actually had to go like BKB and I don't even know what, but I don't even, either way, it's like his lane doesn't allow him to really get that kind of get that kind of farm or anything like that. So it just, I don't know what he gets. It's like Halberd,
Speaking of EKBs, finished up here on BZM, and they've caught because he gets the Manta off, waveform away. Hookshot just barely off the mark. Matthew lives by the skin of his butt cheeks.
Get away. Whisper does have ags. I mean, these are small little item timings. Just these buybacks, I mean, hurt them so much for the damage dealing, particular in team fight. Like Kaz just dies so fast, and he's a damage dealer.
Nice dispel from Whisper there. Does it actually allow him to survive? No, he's surged up here on the clockwork. The chase continues. Throws the finger even to try and do something, but it's not enough. Bit of malice into the firestorm. They will hold the clockwork, but yeah, they've got so many force staffs too. They've picked one up on Seb now as well. The clock plus, of course, the pike on BZM and well. So you have four force staffs against the Pit Lord.
4/4. Like anything, damage and everything. OG, they'll back it up. Don't want to force the issue too much here. They've got lanes to go back to.
I don't know if you've noticed, but can you just click DM's item key real quick?
Another one.
Make it 5, baby. There really is. It is such an incredible value item, this game for OG. Like, I don't know how you deal with force staff.
I mean, it's so good when you have like a drow and a step that you're protecting, right? Just repositioning these heroes is godly, and even maybe potential for aggressive force staffs at this point. I don't think DM needs it, but why not? EG unable to really get much farm whatsoever here. Pakaz gets like 1 or 2 camps and then has to run away. I think did he go for his Hurricane Pike, I think? Yeah, so he went Hurricane rather than even hoping for a BKB now at this point, so he doesn't have Manta up, he could just die.
Dude, it is just... I feel like it's only a matter of time before OG find like one really big pickoff, and then the game falls apart. I mean, it's kind of already fallen apart a little bit here for EG, but
it's very fallen apart.
yeah, it's like one big pickoff, and then the game just ends.
Yeah,
their high ground is so fast.
Yeah, it's super. I mean, they're playing it safe. They're just pushing lanes out. Roche is back up in about a minute. They were pinging it. If EG comes out, they'll fight them, but they're gonna wait for ages to go for the big push. And EG's getting nothing. They're just getting like the 1 or 2 waves that are running into their base to get this farm. So, yeah, OG's farming like 90+% of the map. And Panda, EZM finds him.
He's running. He's running. He's trying. There's it's looking a lot not like he's getting away there. They do smoke on EG. So they're like, okay, Panda, space. Maybe we can find something else here.
Maybe just trying to catch because they were split off somehow here.
Yeah. I mean, they're split 3-2. They had the ward here that scouted, you know, a little bit of where Seb was, but fortunately for them, OG does not make these mistakes. They have been so clean. They immediately portal from bottom back to top. They're going to reconnect with their team. They're just reading this so well.
Yeah, it is a treat to watch, honestly. Whoever is, I mean, it's definitely going to be a bit of Seb making a lot of these calls, but this macro game, the lane setups too. I mean, that was probably the team together making that kind of an obvious decision to have this clock and everything, but these are crisp moves. And shot calling. Roche is up. So very clean.
Will be second Roche, of course, so the bonus cheese there. Shouldn't really take too long for them to take it at all. Do you think you give Aegis to Shadow Fiend again? I mean, he's 10-0, so probably, right?
Hey, you might. Yeah,
he does again. Hiragi will take the cheese. I mean, this Drow's kind of just the supporting character at this point, it seems. You know?
Yeah, maybe also that she's like sitting further back is what she's got.
Yeah.
How much extra range does she have? Like 100 and something extra attack range. So she's sitting further back and museum's more sieging. And the kill spree.
Yeah. He's also just like providing a little bit of agi for, you know, the Shadow Fiend. Just kind of like, all right, you got the minus armor on the buildings. You just hit there. I'll sit behind you just in case.
Yeah.
All right, nice little cyclone there out onto the Shadow Fiend. Try and slow down this push. Get something on the side. I guess C-Smile does manage to Fiend's Gate over and take away that Wisdom Rune, so that is something. But BD on Pakaz. I mean, this is about as good as it's gonna get, but he gets stunned up, forced the Manta, waveform away. And again, OG, I mean, they've committed very little at the moment. It's just going to be that spirit form and the hook shot. They are still feeling pretty confident taking this high ground. Force staff 1 of 5.
Whose was that one? That was the clockwork. Yeah.
Who knows, dude? Someone, we got to get a little counter of force staff usage at the end of this game. Oh, that is huge. They actually grabbed the companion. That is a really big problem there for EG. Matthew burning down here just to this damage. Oh, they're all kind of stuck on the high ground. Again, force staffs are available, of course. BZM gonna let the Requiem rip there, sends these Brewlings back into the base. As they just haven't done much of anything. The sustain from these Caudal Illuminates are too much, and Whisper doesn't cancel. He ends up just dying instead. Okay, this is rough. Because does not have the Manta, tries to get away to the base and just dies instead. C-Spell will fall next, and there it is. The GG comes out. This one, a beatdown from the Bell.
Beatdown from the lanes, from the Bell. I mean, OG, I want to give them a lot of credit, honestly. They did play super well this game, but I also, I think EG definitely shot themselves in the foot. Like, they tried to do this clever kind of swap up thing with the lanes, and then this last pick SF broke the game for them. And yeah, they've done this Brew versus Drow thing a couple times, but I think, yeah, I guess Taiga just played the first 2-3 waves especially just way too well. Whisper's so far behind, Yuragi's chilling, and this dive up here is disastrous. This is the first Brew split when they're already quite behind in the laning phase. They lose, what, 3 heroes? They end up getting, I think, like 1 or 2, but they lose
they get the 2
much
supports
out of it.
It's like you only get the 2 supports. You like Cyclone off the Drow to try and like buy yourself some space, but BZM just double raises your summons. And Taiga actually just trapped all 4 of them again. Like, it's pretty nuts, like how much impact he had on the Clockwork this game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They got so crushed after wins. There's no hope for any team fights or anything like that. Even though they have some, some team fight that can come from Brew and stuff, it just never exists. The lanes just go way too one-sided.
BZM was involved in a ton of kills as well. He finished 10-0 and 10, 28 total kills for OG. So really active for this mid lane SF, despite it being an SF, right? Like, not really this. He's typically seen as like more of a greedy mid farming hero, but he's involved in, the majority of OG's kills.
Yeah, it's a BZM classic. He probably asked for it. He's probably like, I'm gonna destroy this game, and that's exactly what ended up happening. I've seen this man do this on this SF. Not so much lately, but when he's played with OG in the past, for sure. So. Yeah.
And basically a non-factor, the Morphling this game, right? Like, we see Pakaz usually is like this super flashy, really high impact player for EG. There was almost no impact that he had just because, like, he farmed a little bit in the lane, but at that point, like, everything else was such a disaster. He had nowhere to go, no plays to make. Like,
he was just getting hunted, too. Like, he's just getting constantly hunted. They lost, I think, most of these tier 1s super early. They lost so much map pressure and so much map presence just, pretty much as the lanes ended. So, for OG, very clean. For EG, got quite a bit to fix. Maybe just, if you're going to do this type of flex thing, you got to be careful for these SF last picks, because this is just an unwinnable, untouchable matchup for Underlord.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, we're going to go to a short break, and we'll be back. It'll be game 2 of EG versus OG here in the Riyadh Masters. Stay tuned. We'll see y'all in a bit.
Open your eyes.
When you look into my eyes, tell me, what do you see?
Tonight, I'm going to show you the wonders of them all.
Hey, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose.
I need warriors.
So is this what you want, man? You want a war? Show me what's up, then. Now we ready to bust in. Take everything. Leave them with nothing.
There is a place where you can elevate what's hidden inside. Where you can reframe yourself. Sonomi means the new you. The you can step into. Because when we know who we really are, we become unstoppable. enter new dimensions of you. Tsunomi.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Riyadh Masters. Hope you enjoyed the little break as we're getting ready to go into game number 2 of EG versus OG. My name is Cryptic, and of course, joined here with Fog. What is up? You had a little bit of excitement in between the break, it sounded like.
Yeah, I got some deer visiting me. I've been having them a lot in my yard. I guess they really like to eat my garden. I've been planting a lot of new stuff. I'm a boomer, you know. I'm a gardener now. I water my garden at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. every morning, and then the deer come and eat it every day, and I get sad.
Oh, that's fun.
But they're cute, I guess.
That is cute. I thought about having a garden, you know, and then I remembered I live in the desert, and I was like, I guess I'll have rocks instead. That's about as far as it goes. So
Yeah.
instead, I decorate the interior of the house, and that is my like boomer thing now that I do.
Yeah, I mean, we're okay at that. I mean, I think we moved in like 2 years ago, so we've actually done a good amount of like decorating inside. And then, yeah, I really wanted to have my own like herb garden. I hate buying herbs, so, but yeah.
See, I could probably find a way to do like a small herb garden indoors, but then kitty cats are just so curious, and I was like, oh, I'll wake up and all of them will be gone. So,
yep. That's always
onto the game though. We got Dota. You know, I guess that's something else we could talk about.
Yep, and we're going to see a little bit of adaptation. So OG, they tried to get their Enigma. They banned the Rubik, hoping that EG would leave it, but not going to be the case. Let's see if we get any type of changes this time around. I don't think
they even
for OG
picked the
much.
Enigma into the Rubik the other day, and
they did.
Didn't seem to matter.
Yeah, I think this one they were trying to get, they're trying to get like a quick little sneak in there, right? You know, it's like, oh, whoops, they forgot. Haha, we got Enigma, but that's not going to happen. So, see if they do the same route or if they go for something different.
And there's a lot of like really popular first picks still available. I mean, you have
Undying's
Undying
in, but Snap's in, so it's like,
yep.
Yeah, we'll probably have a little bit of trade off of which one they want, and maybe Undying just gets left, the Snap gets picked.
Or they do something totally different. And there it is, the Elder Titan.
Cool. Do you pick something to secure lane to pressure versus it, or do you just pick your own strategy here now?
I would really like the Snapfire. Like, it's just an EG classic. They
Legion
go
Sky.
for the Legion.
This is their classic. This is what they've had the most success this tournament with. I think they've won every game with it. So
they go back for the Ench as the ET counter.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they love this Legion. Like, they absolutely love it. Pakaz playing it like crazy. So
really, it's been Pakaz?
It's flexed.
Okay.
Yeah, but Pakaz played it. I think I saw him play it twice. Let me check before I make stupid things. I made stupid. He played it once. Okay. So either way, it's flexed. They played it on. I can't see if they played it on all three or not, but either way, they do flex it. So if they see an opportunity where they'll look to play it as a carrier or something like that, Pakaz will take it. If not, definitely can't play offlane or mid. I think it was on 9 Pandas for some time, I believe it was, or BB that was doing even the Legion Commander mid in some situations. So hero on the rise.
Oh, I agree. This hero, for the games that I've played in the offlane over the last like month, honestly, the most success, the most like chill the experience has honestly been with Legion Commander. Like, this hero, very difficult to actually just bully out of lane. And if there's anything we saw, like I think Pure yesterday is a great example of what can happen if the Legion goes unchecked.
And they'll just take the Darkseer again. So they do not care at all. I mean, they made it look amazing last game too. They did not care. The Enchantress didn't slow down DM whatsoever. So
yeah. I was curious if they would go back for this. It's like you're picking this Ench with the intention of kind of hoping to block the Darkseer pick, but OG just doesn't care.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
I mean, they do love this Ench on EG. They even do pick it, like, not in the first two, but I actually thought they were going to go for kill combo here. I thought this was going to be their Legion Sky or Legion Snap, so definitely different. It, of course, has, like, the Dispel and stuff like that versus the ET, and maybe they thought this time we'll do better versus the Darkseer. That's not with, like, a coddle behind, but unsure. OG's even just going to protect. I mean, this is, you have ET and Darkseer, two heroes that don't want to get Dispels first, so they're going to take out the Oracle. And there's the Oracle Legion too, as you mentioned, I think yesterday, quite a bit of times that we've seen that.
It's just a really kind of sick combo. You just go for the duel even if you know you're not going to win, right? And you're like, I'm just going to stun this character for 4 seconds.
Yeah, I might not win, but you're not going to win either, ever, because Oracle won't. So. Unless an axe comes out of nowhere or something, I don't know. But
Man, I miss Axe. That was a fun hero.
Yeah, I miss Axe, especially when we got to see the dream happen. Dyrachyo getting dunked on full HP on a Dusa. We'll never see that again in a pro game.
No, man, that was. I actually did get to. I don't think I was actually watching the game, but classic.
I mean, Owen, I'm literally watching the whole time. Like, if any pro player in the world, especially one that's won like multiple majors, would do it, it's gonna be Dyrachyo. You know, that's a Dyrachyo death. Yeah, happened, but yeah, no X for us. So, see what other bans we get here. Yeah, you ban out the Pango. Okay. I mean, that's another hero that if there was no Oracle and Dispel, but you know, Shield Crash is great. If they did want to go around.
They banned the Bloodseeker this time, so this was kind of what I was expecting as the response into the Darkseer last game, but they go with the
Same.
Morphling. I think it's just worth banning out on OG, even though, like you pointed out, Pakaz hasn't played that hero in a while. It just feels like a much easier hero to play in this current patch.
I mean, it's the best hero versus Darkseer. Like that, and maybe like your Jugs or something. I don't know. Like it just feels like it has just a built-in sustain. It's just good at all moments. It's yeah. You can pick even a weak support with it. OG's actually out of time though, so.
Whoa, they are. We've just been having a good time chatting it up. I didn't even realize. Yeah, they have no reserve time left.
Did they get a penalty actually, maybe or something? Because that looks like it went down really fast. Maybe I didn't notice, but whatever. Undying Band comes out very late. They'll be able to grab that clock. Okay, and this is really nice versus ETN versus Darkseer, so you set them up to get it.
Beast on this hero too.
Yep.
Did you notice Panda's build on Ench last game, by the way? It was
0-4-4. Yeah, I hated it, but I didn't want to touch on it because I think the game was
It didn't
pretty
matter.
screwed. Like even if he didn't have a better build, I guess he was just playing like I'm gonna heal up the Morphling so he doesn't get pressured, try to purge and just use creeps or something rather than going for harass. But I don't like that. I don't know. Max heal just feels very wonky. It seems like something in the past. They'll get their
They'll
snap.
grab the snap. That's good.
Yep. That feels great. And they'll get the SD, so they have a save.
For the duel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks solid.
You don't have the Skywrath follow-up. You don't have Snapfire possibility now. So what is playing around this Legion Commander? Like you said, they can flex it. They could be Pakaz's hero into the Darkseer lane. Actually pretty great into the Darkseer lane if you think about it. You have easiest sustain through Moment of Courage.
Mm-hmm.
I actually wouldn't hate that. And then kind of saving your last pick potentially to either flex the Legion between Pakaz or Whisper.
I want them to have some burst though. I don't really like these Legions when you have like literally no way to secure the duel.
So that's
right
the
now
question.
It feels weird.
It's got to be C Smile's hero, right?
It's gonna have to be him. Yeah, probably. And the thing is, like OG, even with this, they actually have like 3 different defensive capabilities now with the SD, with the Snap, and the Darkseer Surge, Disruption, Cookie to disjoint through things. Even the ET Stomp, stuff like that. I mean, they actually have a lot of defensive capability on OG. If EG looks to run at them.
I'm trying to think like what you can pick into Snapfire, because that's the problem like with OG getting the Snapfire here is it's like you're kind of just guaranteed to not have a great lane. We haven't really seen anyone find the answer to this hero in the mid. They will just go for the puck. So a hero that at least offers a good amount to the game, right? It's really good at picking off these supports.
There's not a lot of stuns.
Coil is super value.
There's really like there's no instant disables whatsoever that Puck has to worry about. Like ET Stomp, Cookie, and then there's like Vacuum. There's really limited stuns for this Puck. And we've seen these Pucks pop off. And this is like the way to jump to these backlines, stop the kisses, stop the SD from getting these saves and stuff like that. It was a pretty cool pick.
Yeah. I think BZM had like the most insane Puck performance that we've seen at the moment. But
yeah, I mean, I just saw too many good like GPK also. I don't know. He went absolutely bonkers mode yesterday. So this hero can do that. You know, this hero can actually turn into like a pseudo carry in a way. If there are no disables, you're able to get to that itemization like Kaya Sanj, Overwhelming Blink, Octarine, etc. You really do just do the most damage in the game. They can't get a hold on you. So let's see what OG looks to grab. He gets the last pick to get some type of catch.
Banning out Whispers heroes.
Banning out Whispers, and what would the pick here be for Yoragi if you want some type of extra catch? If they even care to have extra catch, or if they're just going to try to go for itemization versus the puck. I guess we'll find out.
I feel like you don't want to pick something too vulnerable to the Legion duel
10 seconds
or to the
remaining.
Legion lane, because it still could just be the offlane Legion. So
Yeah.
that does kind of limit your carry pick options, but
I love the TA ban from EG, actually.
yeah.
I think the
that
TA would have been
devastating.
brutal. Because it gives you just go shard, and instead of having like a disable that comes from your safe lane, then you have silence that comes to be able to try to catch the puck. And the lane would be, yeah, pretty good. Ooh, for Yuragi, it's just tough. Yuragi does like to play so many different heroes, so...
Can you go TB? Or is it too rough into the Legion?
Could be a bit too rough. Maybe unnecessary for him to go down that route.
We've already seen the...
What about Razor?
Okay, they go back for the drow. Okay, Razor is definitely in their wheelhouse. It's a sick Razor game, too.
It looks like a really nice Razor game. It gives them the group up and stuff like that. And then it maybe will just push the Legion to a different lane as well. It doesn't give them like crazy type of scaling and all that, but they have like a really strong pressure draft if they want to go down that route. It seems a little strange, but...
So what are you worried about if they go for the Razor? Like, say you take Razor here. What offlaner could EG grab? Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, so an unorthodox carry for sure,
So,
but
that
one of the lane
anti-Legion.
dominators.
Yeah, he's the anti-Legion kind of hero. I mean, I think everybody always just immediately gives up. They're like, we up, Troll Warlord, the other team won. Right? I think most people immediately almost think that, but this hero can be annoying even for Clockwork. Like, you get axes on you and you're stuck inside the cogs. You can't even kill your own cogs and stuff too, so that's a little annoying.
You're not trapped. I'm not trapped in here with you moment.
Dude, it's the worst. I hate playing it. Versus like any type of mischance when I used to play Clockwork. I'm just hitting my cog and I'm like, please let me out.
I mean,
Hey.
I honestly, I am probably one of the in the minority here. I actually really like Troll. I think it has definitely fallen in terms of like being competitive in the carry meta, just because he doesn't. There's not like something very unique that he does compared to others outside of just dominating lanes, and that is a pretty strong component of the patch at the moment. So I don't know. I think it should have a pretty solid lane if he's into the Legion. The question is, do you move the Legion?
I don't
back for the morph.
Oh, I mean, this is into the Darkseer, into the ET, into the SD. There's limited stuns. I guess that's what Pakaz is looking at with Chris, that they can be very elusive in these fights. But again, he's picking it into the Darkseer, and now it's also an ET, so... And even SD. Alright. Do I really have faith in a Troll?
I'm going. I think OG's draft again is super solid. I actually like Troll Warlord. Like I said, I think I'm in the minority there. I think it's pretty decent. Obviously, the ult is one of those things that, like you said, people kind of like, oh, GG, Troll, you lose. But
Kind of like it.
I kind of like it too. It's a pretty good Troll game. Once he has Manta, I don't know how he dies.
I just don't see what heroes they have to burst and kill him. Like, if there's like some things that come out, this feels like it could actually be a... I can't believe I'm saying this. Feels like it could be. Could be a good Troll game because it's literally this lane. I feel like Whisper's not going to get off the bat again.
Yeah. You probably just go Battle Fury straight into BKB. This like Battle Fury, like a casual Yasha, BKB, go back for SNY. Like that's probably just your Troll build this game.
Yeah, I'm
like
definitely...
it's not a great Ags game by any means for him. So I think you just build to tank and be like strong in fights.
Yeah, I mean, I like OGs. They've got the save. They've got auras that they're going to be able to build too from their offlaner to tank up. And I definitely feel like EG has some limited damage unless they get this big itemization and stuff like that for Pakaz. And maybe Chris like pops off. I'm worried for their damage in fights.
Yeah. This is gonna be fun. I think the first time this might be the first Troll pick of the tournament.
I should check.
We'd have to probably we'll go back and check. It's just such an unusual hero.
It's been picked twice, and guess what? It won both games.
It won both games. Okay.
It won them both, baby. And one of them was versus a Monkey King, so that's versus
great matchup.
LC and Monkey King. Those are the two like best situations that you want to have this Troll, I would say. So, all right. I mean, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Troll hater. I'm not in that camp. I like the hero. I think there's games that are very good for Troll, and I liked him being more of a niche pick than, you know, what was it, six point whatever ho ho ha ha lane game where it was just Troll every game because he was just OP. But as a niche pick, I think Troll is really, really, really strong.
Yep, I could definitely see it working. I'm definitely liking OGs, especially also EG. They looked pretty shaken up after that last game. Like lots of things going wrong, and also now it's Matthew playing the Enchantress, so that's something different than what I've seen usually.
I thought they might do what OG did last game and just kind of lane swap, put the Clockwork in the safe lane, you know, just...
The battle begins.
Yeah, I'm wondering the last time I even saw Matthew play this. Maybe he played it this tournament once, but I highly doubt it. I think I always just see Panda play it. Maybe once. Yeah, he played it once earlier in this tournament. Okay, and he did actually pop off.
So, Panda will go ahead and just take the portal back to top. We're not going to see any like potential First Bloods or tri-lanes here, as Whisper on the Legion Commander doesn't have an easy lane here. This is going to be pretty rough. It's usually just going to open ranged whirling axes on the Troll. You have Taiga on this Elder Titan with early, you know, Astral Spirit. Their level 3 timing is going to be pretty damn strong.
Yeah, I mean, even their level 2 timing could be very, very strong versus EG.
Nice enchant there on the Taiga. Otherwise, Whisper is going to take a beating, so very good.
Yeah, that's why they went for this.
Cause. Took a ton of damage.
So I'm curious about this morph pick. You know, Step just decides to play a Shadow Demon, so he's just going to constantly put this morph under. Very annoying. Even versus Clockwork, too. Clock goes in for Battery Soul, and you just put him under. And yeah, they'll get the kill bot.
Well done, well done. It was just a matter of time. The Ench cooldown? Yeah, it's just the level 1 cooldown's too much. That's really what it was. He used that Astral Spirit immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can easily just like, even though Astro has 23-second cooldown, you put it out, and then you wait, and then it comes back, and you actually have that, like, you know, so much time in between that it comes up. Yeah, exactly. So this feels like a tough lane. Or it's gonna get tough in particular for Whisper. Mid, I mean, we'll have to see how this matchup goes. This feels like it, of course, Snap probably with some advantage here, but see what Puck's able to get out of the lane.
I think we've seen this exact matchup a few times, and I think it's like the Snap getting like the casual crown, the like level 4, 5, and 6, just suddenly has like a 20 damage advantage over the Puck, and then you're just getting out CS constantly, right?
I think it's like as soon as like that level 3, level 4 starts to hit, you just start to out-spam him, out-harass him, and then yeah, the base damage is too high.
The miss on the bottom lane. Dude, Whisper missed 2 attacks in a row onto the ET.
Painful.
Whirling axes, baby. Good stuff.
Super good lane for it. Why you want this Troll in that matchup. Up top.
And they'll press the attack yet to remove it, right? It's like he needs to get to level 3.
Makai's doing a good job at least of killing those illusions instantly, so Seb does put him under, but yeah, they instantly turn and kill him. Yeah, I might need to take press at 3, just so you can get the Dispel to be able to fight back.
Oh, that's a cool little voice line. Did you hear that?
Do you have the stomach for this Enchantress? Like, I heard that too.
I've never heard that voice line before. Dude, this is what I love about Dota, honestly. One of my favorite things is just the random hero interactions.
I don't think I've ever seen... Cool. I don't think I get to see, like, Ench Legion too much together. Taiga, nice stomp. We'll be able to get himself the Healing Lotus.
Instantly pops the Mango, pops the Lotus in. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that's maybe... I mean, a lot of people do appreciate, so maybe I shouldn't say underappreciated, but I love the little nuances of Dota. The little voice lines and all these kind of weird things.
We need any Slacks or Loregasm fans here. It would be great if you could explain the lore behind those two, because that would be cool. I'm sure there's something.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Someone message SVG. He's a lore master, right?
True. Taiga's hit 3. Matthew has to be very careful now how he uses the enchant to try to protect. Whisper starting to fall a bit behind on these last hits. But DM also getting a bit slowed down. He's actually almost only level 2 as well.
Okay. And the instant enchant, the turnaround potentially. Alright. Nope, still just it's so hard to fight into the Troll.
Yep, and he's got the Healing Lotus now passed over to him just in case of anything. Matthew. No enchant this time.
Boy. Oh boy. Run, buddy, run! It's actually just going to turn around onto Whisper, and it's going to work. Actually gets a decent proc there on the moment of courage.
Maybe both?
But will end up dying. Matthew trying to get the turnaround onto Taiga, but another miss.
Miss.
Oh,
my God.
my goodness. Taiga surviving so long in these fights thanks to the win rate, or thanks to these missed chances.
Yeah, at the least up top, they do get that kill because he's having a much better time up here. He's getting free farm, and they're actually slowing DM down. But yeah, Whisper, he is getting crushed. Taiga doing an excellent job, and I cannot believe he lives the miss. And mid, it is starting to get into that big favor now for BZM. The stats are coming in. He's got mana plenty. Chris has to use orb to secure last hits.
It's like anytime you walk forward, you just pump fake the scatter blast, and you're like, oh, I might take 300 damage right now.
Oof. And then he takes it anyway, and he's gonna need a cookie.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so much damage. Snapfire. Good fort onto the tower here as well.
He wants to push him out.
Yeah, that scatter blast is 1 second away. And C-Smile will be forced to walk base.
Good plays there. Yeah, these two lanes are definitely quite dominant here coming out from OG. Top, as we said, Pekka's having a good start. DM dies the once, but he still is farming pretty okay. I guess he's actually behind Whisper. So.
Well, he just gets Mortimer Kisses. He, unfortunately, unable to connect on them. And C-Smile will get away. Okay, a decent attempt there from BZM, but yeah, very, very sad first use.
Very sad first use, but he's going to have almost like a level and a half advantage, it looks like, soon. At least like a level advantage. 6 about to be hit on the puck, but he's like 6 and change. And he pushed off the power rune, and he gets luck. BZM gets the DD top.
Ooh, a nice play here from Panda. Be able to set up these cogs. Does just pop the DD here. Coil does snap Seb, trying to buy him some space, but you're in so deep here. The enchant as well, just to offer the assist, and BZM should end up falling. The kill going to Matthew. Unfortunately there for C-Smile, but it's time to probably get out of here if you're Panda. Yeah,
Big damage.
Taiga is crushing this Clockwork. Ice Armor doing some heavy lifting here to try and keep him alive, and it looks like it will be enough, but...
It saves him. Yeah, that was sick. Actually, the
close.
Ice Armor, it's enough to protect him. Good double rotation from the supports. I think the disruption actually maybe griefed him a little bit, but DM, nice purge, Matthew.
He's got the strength one, right? Yeah, there it is. And that will be another kill. Good patience from Matthew there to hide in the trees.
Because top of net worth.
Completely different from last game.
Being set up for
Ooh,
success.
they're getting double ruined, maybe.
Hiragi
from Panda.
He might even get a kill.
Cogs. Oh, he didn't get the cogs. Oh no, Hiragi just coming out a big winner there.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt these two supports. Level 3 Clockwork now. How the supports are on the side of OG. What? Yeah, 4 and change. That's brutal. Because though he's having an amazing game this time around, so could be that X factor. Even though his puck is really suffering, he's doing well, and Whisper isn't doing horrendous. I mean, he's struggling for sure, but he's actually ahead of the Darkseer still, but might die now.
Yeah, he's in some danger right now as he does have a Lotus into an overwhelming odds if he wants, but it looks like he might just, he'll just die anyway.
All right.
Dude, I just can't under like...
Ooh, Chris, he didn't have his bottle in, I guess. He's actually just instantly grabs it instead of bottling it.
Ooh,
oh well. Doesn't get a refill. That kind of hurts. DM jungling now at this point a bit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hey, Whisper shows up again. They're pinging him immediately.
Where are you going?
Nice cogs. Good vacuum back. DM with the surge away will be fine. That will be the first wall. But bottom lane, they're looking for Whisper once again, and gonna be slowed up. Mortimer Kiss is coming through. He needs some help and fast, but it is just way too much damage. Much better use of these second Mortimer Kisses as BZM helps find the kill. C-Smile thinking of going for it, but he's alone, so he will just back away.
And that is some real hate onto Whisper. 4 deaths now at this point. And they're really trying to put the pressure and slow down this Legion's game. And he actually has his Blade Mail somehow finished, but...
Okay, Legion has 4 deaths, but somehow C-Smile has nothing.
Nothing.
Like,
he's got only 32 last hits. I mean, sometimes it does take Chris a couple games to get warmed up and stuff like that. I mean, that last game definitely hurt him a lot. This one, he's I mean, Pakaz, work cut out for him for sure. Whisper at least has Blade Mail, so he does have situations where he maybe can catch some of these people off guard. But no boots. Not going to be easy.
You're gonna have to do some pretty heavy work on Matthew as well. Like this Enchantress, he's got the 3 points enchant, 1 point impetus this time, so not going that 0-4-4, but he's gonna have to open up a lot of the map here with like the pressure he can put on the map.
He finds a good Dark Troll Summoner, and he's not doing horrible with like his levels or anything either. He's actually pretty close to the OG supports in that department, and he's actually more farmed than them, so pretty good stuff at the least for Matthew, even though he didn't get these Wisdom Runes.
Yeah, it's the Clockwork that's having a rough time. Puck able to dodge out the Stomp there, orb to the mid lane. Gonna head towards bottom. A regen is gonna be waiting for him, so that's quite nice. Does have the bottle this time.
Yep. And whoa, he does find him. The Blade Mail. Whisper.
He actually just solo killed him with a Blade Mail too. Okay, you know.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
that one probably shouldn't happen.
The 0-4 Legion finds a pick.
A big fight breaking out. The wall will come down, trapping both supports. The Mortimer Kisses to follow. They are just... There's like eight creeps, illusions, a wall, and cogs all on the ramp there. You're not getting out.
Good move from OG to react there. The one thing, though, by EG, it's Pakaz now. They get a kill onto a Troll Ward. Pakaz, he's had no pressure. He's top net worth by 1,000 gold now at this point. Puck's still super behind, but that's a big kill for Whisper. 0-4 and finds a kill like that. Now he's up to 1,400 gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I did not expect Whisper to find a solo kill. It's a lot of XP that he just pulls back, and farming with this Blade Mail is gonna do pretty easy.
Yeah. Cool. I don't think I've ever seen the naked, literally naked Blade Mail. Bring a protection, wand, Blade Mail. Not even boots, nothing.
Yeah.
Very
Dude,
cool.
this is Whisper, dude. This guy just somehow makes it work. I don't know. That's wild. So, because Casual Falcon Blade into the Dragon Lance, this time Morbid Mask and Treads. Very farmed.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like he needs to just immediately rush a Manta or anything this game because he's not playing versus like the silences and everything like that. BZM has Atos ready.
This snap is just
He's large.
pretty good.
Yeah.
The biggest question mark is going to be Seasmouth Puck, I think, because he is just so far away from even his first real item, right? Like Blink or Witchblade.
He's just got the Knuckles right now. Trying to set up for a Power Rune. They've got the Clockwork in the area, but Panda's still level 5. Can't go for any connection, but he'll secure the rune.
So, grab that Witchblade. Like you said, the Blitz Knuckles out now.
Panda just trying to find his level 6. He's jungling as this Clockwork right now. Getting closer and closer to it. DM, level 9's been hit. He's doing the same build he did last time, just straight to the pipe. So just counteracting the early damage that's coming out from EG from the Puck. I think he likes that most games rather than going for the mech. I think I tend to see him do that.
Pipe has just felt like such a ridiculous item early in the game, right?
Yeah. I mean, with the way that it works now, of course.
Yeah.
With how the barrier works with the reductions and stuff like that, so it is pretty damn strong. And did Whisper just rush the Blink? Is it just no boots Blink?
Dude, he actually has Blink Blade Mail on this off-lane Legion.
It's like
Sounds like it's 13
0-4.
minutes.
He was 0-4. 1 kill, and he's got, okay, cool item, cool timings. I think OG, they're still in a very, very comfortable spot, but, you know, Pakaz is probably telling his team, you know, guys, I'm having a really good game. I definitely have potential to be able to carry this.
He needs to be careful, though, as they are setting up top lane here, it looks like.
Yuragi's on Panda.
And, yeah, Panda gets the hook shot into a Shadow Demon. And a duel on the backside, the Blink reveal, but the nice disruption out from Seb will buy BZM some space. They're going to continue the chase here. The wall is down. The coil is there. They grab 2 in exchange for the Clockwork, but Pakaz is just getting beat down by Yuragi. The roots are there. He needs a waveform. 1 second. He's got it, but he goes right into DM. He's trying to get away. He's able to sustain through a good amount of it. EG actually looking pretty okay if they can get out. See Smile. Goes in. Gets caught from the root. Well, should be able to jaunt away.
They all get away. I mean, they're very low HP, but they're able to keep Pakaz alive. I mean, Whisper, a Blink duel catches BZM off guard. I don't think they expected to see the Blink come out after they were like, yeah, this Legion's shut down. Somehow still gets this timing. Good hold. And everyone playing pretty much, you know, pushing the limits of their heroes there. Like 10% HP, 20% HP across the board.
Yeah, that was super close. Ends
Yep.
up just being a 2-for-1 exchange, but honestly, really happy. You're only losing the clockwork there. He already got his level 6 prior to the fight, so
Yeah. And they
he's
did
got everything he needs.
It was like pretty much perfect because if BZM even gets, let's say, like a scatter blast or a cookie off at the end there, maybe 1 or 2 heroes do die, but they actually focus him perfectly to get him down, even though he's quite tanky. Nice move from EG.
Okay, they don't lose their Wisdom Rune this time. C-Smile was ready to go. Grits his Witchblade completed now, so this will help a lot with your kill threat onto the supports. But he's only level 11.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's
It's
actually
not the
not that
worst.
bad, but
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's recovered. I mean, honestly, he's recovered pretty decently, all things considered, with the tough lane that he was in. Does Orb aggressive? OG can't punish. I mean, they're just so limited on catch, really, on OG. So definitely going to see some situations where this puck morph can dance around team fights until there is perhaps more items. Panda
is going to go for the TP, but the stomp catches him at the last moment. He does have... Okay, he's not going to be able to hook shot. Good stun there by BZM.
And now BZM, he's got the Boots of Travel done. Yoragi, Battle Fury's finished.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Still has some good timings. But because he's big this game. He is definitely getting some good timings on him, his itemization. And let's see what it's going to be. Right now he has Butterfly queued up.
Dude, it's such a good butterfly game. It's the best thing you can build against the illusion.
Exactly.
Like from wall, and it's also incredibly strong against Troll Warlord.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. The one issue though is then you guys are going to have trouble killing the illusion. You have enchanters to take it and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
you know, these illusions will be really strong if he does decide to go down that route also.
Ooh, that's a little illusion deny there. As BZM smoking up to see what he finds here. It's going to be Pakaz on the Morphling. He's like, that is not the hero.
No.
We cannot kill that one.
Has fallen.
So they get the tier 1 top. That's quite nice at least.
I was just watching Whisper up top, lingering.
And the disassemble into the pipe is done. He's got the mana boots going back for the Guardian Greaves. And they're just going to go straight to the Roshan. I mean, that's one of the benefits of the troll, right?
Scouted immediately though.
Yeah. Panda's going to start making his way into the tree, see if he can maybe find an angle to try and steal this, but we'll just back away. Does he?
He has Rocket up in 5.
His Roche dies. I mean, you just got double bashed on Troll. That slows you down a good amount. Those extra couple seconds, but
He's not even going to try.
He's not even going to attempt it. Yeah, they don't care.
Man, I was hoping we would get at least an attempt. We were talking about it the other day, right? Like, we just don't see Roche steals. It just doesn't happen anymore. Not even attempts, really.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Clockwork, like one of the best heroes at it too, and he's just like, you don't feel confident because there's one angle you can come from here, right?
Yep.
He has to come from the right. like,
Dire's middle
it's rough.
tower is under attack.
Would rather just not die and risk it.
It's nice that they
Yeah,
didn't move anybody either. So it's just like just Panda who kind of rocketed and then he kept farming. Everyone on the side of EG's farming. And now, I mean, look at Chris. He's got Blink. Level 12. He actually takes level 2 coil. I usually don't see most players do this. You usually want to max your phase shift first, especially if you're going to get the Blink timing so you can get the Blink thing. But
Oh, yeah. He's got a duel. That's level 2 duel as well, so up to 38 bonus damage. I mean, he's
Pakaz
fighting to one
commits.
target, right?
yeah. And Pakaz commits his item build. So Eagle Song's finished.
I like this a lot. I actually think this butterfly is going to do some serious work.
Yeah, I mean, Yaragi's going to have to perhaps switch up his itemization really, really early. Let's see if the illusions get dealt with. I'm going to be watching the enchant in particular to grab them.
I guess you have overwhelming odds too, right? That's a pretty decent option
True.
as long as he holds it, but the problem is he's going to be looking for the solo kill on the back line, right?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
All right, mid-tier 1 taken by Matthew and his creep, so decent work there. Who also just has a casual Dragonlance.
Yep, and he scouts the arcane room for his buddy Whisper. He's able to just kind of walk away. A lot harder for OG to set up for these pickoffs.
They have a good sentry here to get the D ward if they actually get vision. Yeah, C-Smile sees it immediately, backs. That's good. That's a really smart D ward.
Yeah, and they can do these type of easy little plays with the blinks and with all their elusive cores in comparison to the limited catch of OG.
Oh, great flare. You have an arcane rune on the puck. It's like, if OG commit, you probably want to defend, but you don't really have to push anything right now on EG, right?
No, they're just looking for pickoff with Whisper here. He definitely has solo kill potential on most heroes. They're all group up though still on OG.
Look at how farmed he is now. Him and
Yeah.
C-Smile. they're actually they're back in the game. Like,
they've just been farming. They're playing the farm
Yeah.
here. They're like, okay, OG. I mean, OG is just grouped up, so they're starting to lose control of the map heavily here. This is really good calls here from EG. Play the farm game. They've got no catch.
oh, BZM in the mid lane. Do they go for it? He thought about it for a moment. Maybe looking to go bottom here, see if he can actually scout. Dude, such a smart rotation. They see him. And there it is.
They
The
should have
blink
him.
duel. The damage from Matthew. One more impetus. They've done it. What a grab.
How is Whisper doing this type of stuff, right? Like, starting 0-4, and he's actually the difference maker in this game, I feel like, so far with his movements. He's found a pick up on Yuragi, slowed down his momentum, pick off up top, another pick on BZM. That's 2 times that he's found BZM.
He's a full scaling core now. Like,
really is.
66 bonus damage.
Dire's
Yeah,
top tower
huge.
is under
And it's given so much space. I mean, Pekaz continues to just be massive. I believe the butterfly is finished already.
There
And
it is.
yes,
The
he smiled.
disassemble.
He's full at his... I mean, he's pretty much at his entire what you want to be as a puck in this game now. So hard to catch him.
He's going the Orchid, maybe into a Bloodthorn. Do you like that on the Morphling, or would you rather him just go for something to tank up a little bit? I mean, all of these items to me scream like he's trying to make this like wall illusion be useless.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to go down Bloodthorn route, then he has True Strike too, and that would be an interesting pickup there because those go for it.
He's gonna solo off the Tormentor really quick, thanks to Morphling being one of the only heroes that can do it. And
There's-
bottom lane,
There's quite
disconnection. Nice hook shot away from Clockwork. He gets out, dodges
Hey,
the gank.
that's
one of them gets
kisses.
down.
That's
Yeah.
that's a pretty big commitment. We're definitely seeing the lack of catch on OG. It's coming into play massively. I mean, EG, they're playing the whole map. Everyone's just farming. Matthew,
It's
I'm
like the
watching him
Uno
just
reverse
farm.
card.
Yeah, Matthew's farming, Puck farming, more farming.
Radiant's middle
And is
tower
just kind of
is under
waltzing around
attack.
scouting stuff. He's the one who doesn't really need to farm. And OG, they have this Aegis, but haven't really gotten much of anything out of it. It's just been EG getting more and more.
And it honestly just comes back to that call of like they scout the Roche as they hit it for the very first time. They're like, screw it. This Aegis won't matter. Like, we don't care. We have a 9,000 gold lead. This has been the last. This gold lead has only really been going for the last like 6.5, 7 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
it was
like-
dead even up until that point.
I'm like clicking around for itemization onto the heroes on OG, and I'm like, man, maybe they need like a hex really early or something, because I'm really seeing just no ways to catch and deal with this Morph and Puck inside these fights. Even when they do kick off, right now it's just been them dancing on them, but
Dude, Matthew is so farm. He got his shard from the Tormentor earlier, so now he has the 2 summons, and he's just split pushing lanes. He is as farmed as the mid laner.
split pushing lanes, farming jungle as well. They're
Yeah, he's got a full
farming
pipe.
so much. An extra core to play against. And one that getting to these backlines, catching these heroes on EG, it's difficult.
Yeah. I mean, you already talked about their lack of catch. You now have a Drums Hurricane Pike on a support. So, that's not easy.
No. And soon a BKB even finished on Whisper, so perhaps Whisper could be the one that they can maybe find in some situations, but... Okay, OG. A lot of downtime has been hit. They've smoked up now looking to try to find something, because if they can find like a team fight, perhaps they'll be strong. Pickoff is just very possible.
Oh, they get the Force Staff away, and there it is. The smoke gank fails once again. It's like, who goes in? You don't have a blink on your Darkseer. Seb doesn't have a blink yet either.
This lack of catch is problematic.
Radiant's top tower
Your catch is like Whirling Axes and an Atos.
Your catch
I know.
is going to be Yuragi getting a basher and hoping that he can actually get on top of targets and bash them down at this point.
That's true. You have an issue to deal with the silence though, right? Like, that's one of these things. Like, he will need a BKB eventually. If he gets caught by silence into duel or something, or just dueled in general, and you don't have the SD there to save you,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yuragi might just die.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he needs to get. Like, Basher is probably the hopeful. BKB feels like it's like an item you're playing to lose. That's the one thing. I feel like he needs some
I
type
see,
of
okay.
aggressive item rather than some defensive in this game, because they're getting more and I'm sure they feel it too. They're just getting more and more behind. They're not farming nearly at the same amount that EG, and I mean, EG's got this Morph Puck, but there's just no catch.
Yeah, BZM's Snapfire item progression has just completely fallen off. He went back, like, he goes for the Boots of Travel, which is kind of like the standard,
Yeah.
what we see out of the mid lane there, but he hasn't really used it in any way to like help him farm. He's just kind of been following his team around and then like TPing back to maybe like stop this side lane push from the Ench and then goes like runs back to his team or something.
He's just free kills if he gets found in every fight.
Oh, speaking of free kills, they find Taiga, and that's going to be another duel victory.
It's a gem.
Oh
no!
Boy.
I mean,
Okay, that is rough.
Aegis is doing whatever they want on the map, like literally anything. OG can't really respond to it whatsoever. Now they have Glypin on BZM. That doesn't feel like it's gonna fix the issue so far. I mean, Chris is actually just in.
They saw Seb. They just got a glimmer. He's hiding in the trees, but I found you, buddy. You're not getting out of that one. No duel, of course, but just an easy kill. Both supports now down. 40 seconds without buyback. You could potentially just go high ground.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a butterfly morphling with rally creep around him too. Yeah, you can go hit the high ground.
And Whisper's duel is going to be back up in 15 seconds. That's far before the Shadow Demon comes up.
Matthew has now surpassed BZM, and he's about to surpass DM. 4 cores.
They're so farmed.
Yeah, huge.
Oh my goodness. All right, first fortification will fall. There's going to be the wall. And it's doing a decent chunk of damage into the Mortimer Kisses. So 2 big spells out. You get the tier 3. And you're just going to consider that good enough.
Huh? They got the tower. Forced them some type of reaction too from spells. It's a wall and kisses, so...
They won't have those for Roche.
Yeah. BCM is looking to maybe try to catch Pakaz in some type of sneaky way up here, but they need more. And even then, if they have more, I don't know if they even can bring him down. It's actually scouted out. There's a ward right on top of him. Whisper's already here.
All right, I love Pakaz. He held his items completely, and there's the duel. Nice save here from Seb. Shouldn't be able to burst him in time. Yeah, you still lose your Snapfire, though, which is pretty dang rough. And C-Smile grabs a 2-hero coil. We'll be able to get the pipe off in the Surge. We'll save them for the moment, but C-Smile is still in. The hook shot comes out from Panda, the flare, revealing them. Traps DM. They take a quick kill onto the Shadow Demon, and it is some heavy bleeding here from OG. 3 dead, triple kill for Pakaz as the Roach respawns.
This is the game he wanted last time. He is having a dream. He even catches Taiga.
He's absolutely going to catch Taiga, an ultra kill.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay, that's some stylish plays there. Vacuum back, Surge, come on.
AG just... They did it. After they scouted Roche, right? It literally did anything they wanted. OG found nothing after that. After this whole situation where they catch BZM a couple times, there's been nothing from OG. And EG, they've got this. Another set of racks. Draghi just has to watch.
Yeah, that is it. Full set of barracks, no fortifications left. They know the Roshan is up. They're going to flare it right now. And yeah, you do have to respect, you know, Wall's back off cooldown. Mortimer Kiss is coming off cooldown. So maybe you want to grab a pick off or grab like your next set of items before you actually do it. Because, I mean, they're sitting on buckets of gold right now. There's 3K on the Morphling, almost 2,500 on Enchantress. C-Smile's got another almost 3,500 gold.
I mean, OG has to go look and try to contest this, but this is such a difficult fight.
One thing I was about to mention, Pakaz went back for the Silver Edge, and now he's queued up the Bloodthorn. So he's got a break into this Troll, which is fantastic, being able to stop the Fervor.
Very cool. Lets him find more positioning, too. Like, he can just find anybody with Whisper. He can just get on top of them together with Legion like this, too.
And the Whisper gem, right? Ooh. Whisper needs to be a little bit careful here as Yuragi's trying to chase him down. Nice 4-staff play, but it's the backside. C-Smile, he's found 2. Putting BZM as well as Taiga in some danger.
Hey, look at Chris go. He's just standing in 5 heroes. There's no stunts for him. There's nothing to catch him.
I mean, they really want to try and stop Seb from being able to save. They want to go for the duel, and there it is. C-Smile just jumps in again. He might just kill him. He does. All right, there's the green light for Whisper, man. He's looking, there it is, the duel onto the Troll. He's got no save at all. Absolutely destroyed. BM will fall next. Mortimer Kiss is out, doing some decent damage. They take down the Clockwork, but 4 dead once again. Actually, 5. C-Smile just solos off BZM on the backside.
Chris took no damage.